Julianne Blackbird, Miss Indigenous Canada 2025 Six Nations Advocate. Imagine a platform where young Indigenous women can come together, celebrate their heritage, and develop leadership skills to make a positive impact in their communities. This is exactly what the Miss Indigenous Canada competition is all about. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't your traditional beauty pageant. Instead, it's a self-development and leadership program designed to empower young Indigenous women across the country. Julianne Blackbird, a 23-year-old from the Six Nations of the Grand River Territory, was one of the 19 contestants who participated in the second annual Miss Indigenous Canada competition, held from July 23 to July 26, 2025. What makes Blackbird's story even more remarkable is that she's the first ever contestant born and raised on the Six Nations of the Grand River Territory. Currently living on Snuneymuxw First Nation, BC, the Miss Indigenous Canada competition is a 3-day event that focuses on empowering young women to develop their leadership skills, give back to their communities, and connect with their cultures. As the organization's website states, above all, we value self-development, community service, cultural involvement, empowerment, and authentic representation. Blackbird, who is Kanien'kehà, Mohawk Nation, Turtle Clan on her mother's side, and Ojibwe on her father's, is a talented competitive dancer, artist, and model. She works as an Indigenous culture and student support worker with Nanaimo-Ladysmith Public Schools and as an art facilitator at Orca Lelum, a youth wellness center. Orca Lelum is a place where I get to share my knowledge and skills with the youth, teaching them about Indigenous cuisine, harvesting plants, and weaving, she explained. It's fulfilling to see the youth learn and grow, and I'm grateful to be in a position to share my gifts. Blackbird decided to apply for Miss Indigenous Canada because she wanted to inspire other girls from Six Nations and share her passion for creating meaningful connections through cultural teachings. I was looking at the contestants from last year, and I was sad to see that no one had represented my reservation before, she said. I wanted to show the young girls and women from Six Nations that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. And I also wanted to prove to myself that I can do the hard things I didn't think I could do. Throughout the competition, the contestants participated in various workshops, visited attractions like the Woodland Cultural Center and Chiefswood Park, and listened to guest speakers. They also competed in events and were judged on personal essays, interview questions, a community scrapbook, and a cultural presentation. Blackbird's cultural presentation was a powerful expression of her heritage, featuring a short snippet of the Ganȯhŭnyȯhk, the Thanksgiving address and greetings to the natural world in the Cayuga language. She also brought an easel on stage with the English translation for the audience to follow. Although the title ultimately went to Gena Boubard from Sagkeeng First Nation, MB, Blackbird's smile never faltered, and she celebrated her accomplishments with her friends and family. As she moves forward, Blackbird plans to attend university for child and youth studies in the fall, and continue sharing her culture and story. My traditional name is Tewahanane, which means she is towing a bow, and I love sharing that with people. She said, I used to be ashamed of my name, but now I'm proud to introduce myself with it. And this is the part that sparks an important conversation. How can we support and empower young Indigenous women to take pride in their heritage and become leaders in their communities? What role can programs like Miss Indigenous Canada play in promoting cultural involvement and connection? We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this topic. Do you think programs like Miss Indigenous Canada are effective in empowering young Indigenous women? Or are there other approaches that could be more successful? Share your comments and let's start a conversation. Gena Boubard, Breaking Barriers as Miss Indigenous Canada 2025. Named for tree. Imagine the pride and joy of a community as one of their own, Gena Boubard from Sagkeeng Anishinaabe Nation triumphantly returns home wearing the crown of Miss Indigenous Canada 2025. This remarkable victory, celebrated with cheers and hugs at Winnipeg's James Richardson International Airport, marks a significant moment not just for Boubard, but for the representation of Indigenous communities across Canada. But here's where it gets controversial. Both winners of this prestigious title so far hail from Manitoba. What does this say about the diversity of the competition, or the representation from other regions? Gena Boubard's journey to this achievement was filled with anticipation and emotion. On the stage in Toronto, amidst the tense final moments, Boubard was prepared to applaud their competitor. However, the announcement of their name as the winner unleashed a flood of emotions, leaving Boubard overwhelmed with joy and tears. The pageant, held this year in the Six Nations of the Grand River Territory, saw 19 vibrant contestants from various communities vying for the title through multiple challenging rounds, including essay writing, interviews, cultural presentations, and a unique scrapbook showcasing their community work. Boubard, a proud two-spirit and non-binary individual, has been particularly active in their community, initiating the first-ever Pride Festival in Sagkeeng. This initiative not only celebrated diversity, but also paved the way for greater acceptance and understanding within the community. Taylor Ben Takoza, another contestant from Fort Nelson First Nation, stood out as well, not only for her community engagement, but also for her academic and professional pursuits. Inspired by her peers, she expressed a renewed commitment to continue her impactful work back home. And this is the part most people miss. The ripple effect of such a competition is profound, inspiring others like Ben Takoza to strive for excellence and make a difference in their communities. Boubard's message to those struggling with their identity is a beacon of hope. Stay true to yourself, and remember, a whole nation of Indigenous people across Turtle Island is rooting for you. What are your thoughts on the impact of such pageants on community representation and individual empowerment? Do you think the focus on contestants from Manitoba is merely coincidental, or could it suggest a deeper issue in the selection process? Let's discuss this in the comments below.